back. This is Brian Tonsoni with, I believe, episode 5 of Delphi Bracketology Game Day. We are coming to you live from Bloomington since the real Game Day wouldn't go to Bloomington. So notice we have to step in for, we're better anyway. We'd like to thank Hoosier Huddle for sponsoring us. We'd like to thank the panel here. We have an official top 25 poll that is coming out. Check at Delphi Brackets for those results. But a little preview, if the college playoff matchup went our way, it would be number 1 Ohio State versus number 4 TCU, and number 2 Michigan State versus number 3 Ole Miss. Thanks for watching. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Ty at the end here, and let's roll.
Here we go, and welcome to Delphi Game Day. I'm joined with Kane Meyer and Daniel Jakes, along with Brian Tonsoni on the end. And we're going to get right into our lightning round today with Purdue at Michigan State. Purdue, very questionable as far as the kicking game, which just puts added pressure on their offense to get that touchdown as far as settling for a field goal. Michigan State, too balanced as a team. This is the start of Big Ten play for both teams, and Michigan State's just too balanced. A nice run game that complements their passing game, and I'm going with Michigan State in this one.
Connor Cook, Shaleek Calhoun. 2 names, if you're a Purdue fan that you don't know, you're going to know by the end of the night. Michigan State.
Spartans are flat out going to be too much for the Boilermakers. I got Michigan State in this one.
I'm also going to go Michigan State. Purdue has a shot if they play an outstanding defensive game. They haven't so far yet, but they're going to have to play really well up in a tough location in East Lansing, Michigan State.
Our next one on the lightning round is Nebraska at Illinois. Illinois has been playing better, but again, this is the Big Ten. Illinois, I think they're on an interim coach this year, so hopefully he can get things rattled or get things going over there for the Illini. But again, powerhouse year in and year out is Nebraska. I'm going with Nebraska.
Tommy Armstrong, too much for the Illini.
Nebraska's missing some key defenders this week, including linebacker Michael Rose-Ivy. I see Illinois getting the win.
I would like to go Illinois, but they've had some issues with coaches and trainers and injuries and all kinds of crazy stuff going on over there. I think that ultimately pays the price. Illinois pays the price. But this is a quarterback game. Armstrong for Nebraska and Hunt for Illinois. They've lost to good opponents. Both teams have lost good opponents. I think Nebraska wins a close one on the road.
And now we're going to bring in our special guest, a technology teacher here at Delphi High School, and it's Miss Lori Kinsey.
Yep. Okay, Lori, welcome to College Game Day. Tell us a little bit about your tenure here at Delphi, and then we'll get right to the games.
Okay, thanks for inviting me, guys. Well, I've been here, I think this is my 29th year. Know a lot about sports, know which teams to choose. So I'm ready to roll with you.
And we're about ready to get to that. Over to you, Ty, to lead us off.
All right, here we go. We got 2 games a week. First one is Iowa at Wisconsin, and I'm going to talk defense this morning because I think this is going to come down to a defensive battle up at Wisconsin. But the key person for the Wisconsin Badgers, I believe, is linebacker Joe Schubert. He's got 6 sacks this year already. He's going to put extreme pressure with the blitz package on the Iowa Hawkeyes front line this week. I just feel that he's going to be top notch, and Wisconsin's defense ranked number 4 in the nation. So Schubert's ranked number 4 in the nation with those 6 sacks. And so I think that he's going to be a big part of the defense. And the team defense for the Wisconsin Badgers is ranked 31, and they're not giving up a lot of yardage this year. So I think it's going to be a tough one for Iowa up there. But again, if you look at the Iowa defense on the other side of that, they're ranked number 34 in the nation. So 2 comparable defenses coming together, and they're led by Nate Miner, defensive end. He's got 5 sacks. He's ranked number 6 in the nation in sacks. But I think their outside linebacker, Drew Ott, I think is going to be a big key in this game coming off the edge for them. It's a tough one up there in Wisconsin. You got 2 great teams to start the Big Ten season, but I'm going to go with the Iowa Hawkeyes in this. I just think that they're going to bring a nice road game with them, and I think they're going to get the upset. Wisconsin is definitely needing to win if they want to get into the playoffs this year, but I think the Iowa Hawkeyes are going to take that away from them.
Wisconsin Badgers without Corey Clement for a couple weeks. I think that's going to hurt them too much. Iowa comes into Madison, gets the upset.
You know, I think this game really is based on how cute the coaches are. So if you could, on a scale of 1 to 10, talk about one of the coaches, you know, on the cute scale, where would he go?
Oh, Paul Christ.
And he's from what team?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh, is he? What would you say he would be ranked?
He's at least a 6.
6? What
Six
would
on
you
my
say
scale.
on the other team?
I'd have to agree with Daniel.
Well, what about the other team?
He's going to be a 5 because he's from Iowa.
Going with him. Go ahead.
Despite the fact that Iowa's only allowed 84 rush yards this year on the defensive side of the ball, I see Wisconsin coming in and bringing their strong rush offense and breaking that open. I see the Badgers getting the win.
I agree with the panel so far on the analysis, except for the most part. This is going to be a defensive battle. The quarterbacks are going to have to shine. Beathard for Iowa versus Stabby at Wisconsin. And it's just going to be a tough Big Ten game. In honor of Ellis Gasser, the father of John Gasser, who's been recovering from heart surgery, I'm going with the Badgers.
Next game we got on our round is Notre Dame at Clemson. Notre Dame has proven they can win on the road this year, but I'm going to go back. Clemson, number 4 team defense in the nation this year, not giving up a lot of yards. But on the flip side of that, their offense is ranked 102nd. So, you know, you got to get a little bit of the good with the bad as far as defense per offense. But Notre Dame comes into this ranked number 50 in Team D. They can give up a lot of yardage, but their offense is number 11. So I think you have the number 11, very good offense at Notre Dame versus a very good defense at Clemson. And with Notre Dame being on the road this week, I'm going to say that the 81,000 faithful at Clemson at Memorial Stadium is going to help them get this win this week and upset the undefeated Irish.
Notre Dame's proven that they can beat tough competition. They beat Texas the first week of the schedule, and they beat Virginia at Virginia the next week. So I think Notre Dame comes into Clemson and slaughters the Tigers.
Maybe. I'm kind of looking at the colors here because I think the color scheme is very important. I know Notre Dame's colors. What's Clemson's?
Purple and orange.
It's got to be Notre Dame.
Well, Clemson hasn't lost a game at home in nearly 2 years, but Notre Dame quarterback Deshaun Kaiser, I see him coming in, continuing his hot play, and leading the Irish to a victory in Death Valley.
It's kind of hard to go against Lori Kinsey when it comes to what she wears and clothes and colors, because it's amazing, her outfits. So we might have to go with Notre Dame on that one. But Notre Dame has exceeded expectations so far. They've had key injuries all over the place, quarterback, running back, and yet they have found ways to win. Does that magic, does that luck of the Irish continue down in Death Valley, Howard's Rock, and a great atmosphere down at Clemson? Clemson, close win over Louisville on the road, 20-17. It's not one of Louisville's best teams. This is going to be a tight one. I'm going to go, I think Notre Dame has that mojo. I'm going to go with Lori and her color scheme, and I'm going to go Notre Dame.
All right, for our next one, we got a marquee matchup. Number 1, Ohio State, traveling to number 85, Indiana. I'm going to turn this over to our IU expert on the panel this morning, Mr. Brian Tonsoni.
As we said in the opening, College Game Day was too chicken to come to Bloomington, even though we had a great social media push and we wanted Lee Corso back at home. So anyway, we're doing this again live outside the stadium down in Bloomington in place of the real game day. But for the game analysis, number 1, Ohio State has not yet been dominant this season. Coach Urban Meyer probably is not very pleased with the performance of the Buckeyes, and when they decide to play, look out, they're going to put a whooping on someone, and it could be this weekend. The quarterbacks have struggled. Both Cardell Jones and JT Barrett have struggled completing passes. They're both under 60%. However, running back Ezekiel Elliott is the main threat, and he would have about 10,000 yards if they played full games. He's sitting at 455 right now. And the Buckeye defense simply does not give up points. They're 10th in the nation in points against after 4 games. Indiana, 4-0, first time since 1990. Schedule average at best, if you would say that, but the Hoosiers have found ways to win, and they're coming off their best performance for 3.5 quarters before giving up 14 points in the fourth quarter at Wake Forest. IU is led by running back Jordan Howard, who has rushed for 651 yards in 4 games, and quarterback Nate Sudfeld. On the defensive side, the front seven is going to have to step up and be huge. Darius Latham to Gray Scales are going to have to really step things up. IU has played Ohio State tough the last 2 years, and by tough meaning within about 17 and 3 points. Ohio State is simply better. I'll come back with my selection after we go down through the panel. Kane, your thoughts?
Well, as much as I want my Hoosiers to win, I don't see that happening this Saturday. OSU's defense is going to be a tough matchup for quarterback Nate Sudfeld and the Hoosier offense. I also don't see the Hoosier defense being able to stop Ezekiel Elliott on the offensive side of the ball for Ohio State. I got the Buckeyes.
Okay, let's talk colors. What are the colors?
Red and white.
Red, silver, and cream and crimson.
That's a tough one. So I think since it's balanced with colors, my dad was a huge IU fan. God rest his soul. I'm going to go with IU.
I've been down to I've been down to Bloomington when there's nobody in the stadium practicing with Coach Todd Yeagley for their soccer men's team. They can fit a lot of people into that stadium. There's going to be a lot of red and white, but one thing that's going to be the difference is when you hear this name, Zeke. Ohio State.
It's probably going to turn into being a good matchup. I don't think that any team is going to have the upper hand early, but I think late. I think the Ohio State offense is going to wear down the IU defense pretty handily. I think Coach Meyer is going to finally see the team come together and play really well. They do have to stop the #1 rusher in the nation, though, and the Howard kid from IU, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I think he's going to get some yards, but at the end of the day, though, #1 Ohio State is going to get a nice road victory in the Big Ten.
I have to agree. I think Ohio State is simply better. I had written down a score of Ohio State 42, Indiana 21, but in honor of Lee Corso, to heck with it, I'm going with the Hoosiers. All the way, Hoosiers, Hoosiers, in a major upset. I'm going to be on the field. I'm going to be tearing down the goalpost. I might need a sub for the whole week while the legal process takes place, but I believe it's the Hoosiers. Thanks again to our sponsor, Hoosier Huddle. This is Game Day number 5. I hope you enjoy your college weekend. See you later.